The American people are waking up, and not in a metaphorical sleepy Sunday way. They're waking up to the terrifying reality that Donald Trump, once seen as a master manipulator of media and political spin, may no longer be mentally fit to hold office. His behavior is becoming more erratic, his economic policies more disastrous, and for the first time, the numbers are catching up with the nightmare. Let's break this down with hard facts, real-world consequences, and simple, relatable examples of just how dangerous a second Trump presidency could be. Polls reveal the crack's age and sanity are no longer off-limits. A new YouGov poll cuts through the noise. 57% of Americans believe Donald Trump's age is negatively impacting his ability to serve as president. Only 31% say it's not a factor. This is a significant shift in public sentiment. What's behind it? Just look at the kind of statements Trump has been making lately. He recently amplified a bizarre conspiracy theory claiming President Biden was executed in 2020 and replaced with a robotic clone. This isn't satire, it's not even fringe internet gossip anymore. It was reposted by the front-runner for the Republican nomination, and it landed on the front page of the New York Times. That's how far into delusion Trump has wandered. Imagine applying for a job while publicly insisting that your political opponent has been replaced by a robot. You wouldn't get hired. You'd likely be referred for a wellness check. Yet here we are. The fallout of Trump's unhinged leadership, from tariffs to Medicaid. This isn't just about cognitive decline, it's about its real-world consequences. Take Trump's obsession with tariffs. During his presidency, he slapped harsh tariffs on steel, aluminum and goods from China and the EU, claiming it would protect American jobs. But what happened? Prices soared for American manufacturers. Jobs were lost in industries that relied on cheap imports. According to a Moody's analysis, the trade war cost the US about 300,000 jobs and raised costs for consumers by billions. That's not protectionism, that's economic sabotage. Now he's threatening to raise steel tariffs to 50%. The European Union is already preparing countermeasures, which could lead to another costly trade war. Picture this. If you run a small business that imports parts from Europe, you'll pay double. You'll pass that cost on to customers or go bankrupt. That's what Trump calls winning. Before we dive deeper, if you're into this kind of breakdown, give the video a like, subscribe for more, and let me know your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Now on with the video. But it doesn't stop there. Trump has floated plans to cut Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security and food stamps, all while claiming to be a champion of the working class. These are programs that millions of Americans rely on to survive. Cutting them during a time of high inflation and housing insecurity would be devastating. Contrast with Biden's record calm, competence and economic growth. You don't have to love every policy under President Biden to acknowledge this. Under his leadership, the system worked. Let's run the numbers. 16.2 million jobs created. The fastest post-pandemic economic recovery in the world. Record low unemployment, including among Black and Latino workers. Prescription drug prices lowered, saving seniors and families thousands each year. 40,000 plus infrastructure projects underway, bringing long overdue upgrades to American roads, bridges and public transit. More importantly, Biden governs with stability. He doesn't wake up at 3 a.m. to post about robotic clones or threaten Ukraine on social media. You knew what to expect each day. And for a country as powerful as the US, predictability isn't boring, it's vital. Foreign policy: Trump weakens allies, Biden strengthens them. Under Trump, America's relationships with key allies collapsed. He pulled out of global coalitions, bullied NATO partners, and bragged about his love letters with Kim Jong-un. He tried to extort Ukraine for dirt on Biden and was impeached for it. Now, during his comeback attempt, Trump is once again threatening international order. He's undermining Ukraine's efforts to defend itself from Russia, even as Ukraine just executed a masterful drone strike that destroyed 40-plus Russian aircraft deep inside enemy territory. That's nearly a third of Russia's strategic air fleet wiped out, without a single US soldier involved. This success happened with strong European and NATO support. Trump has publicly toyed with withdrawing from NATO altogether, which would leave democracies like Ukraine without a lifeline. Meanwhile, global allies from Germany to Australia are standing firm against Trump, preparing for economic retaliation and refusing to give in to his demands. Elon Musk and the cowardice of Trump's enablers. Billionaire Elon Musk, once a loud Trump supporter, is now awkwardly trying to distance himself from the chaos he helped fuel. When questioned by a CBS reporter about the Trump regime, tariffs, and his role in shaping federal policy, Musk stumbled, avoided answering, and insisted he'd rather talk about spaceships. But Musk can't run from the damage he helped cause. His companies benefited from Trump's policies, and he actively campaigned for them. He even contributed $300 million to pro-Trump ventures. Now, with public pressure mounting, he's playing the victim. Classic behavior for someone who backed a regime but wants none of the blame. The people are choosing values over chaos. Despite constant media narratives about the Democratic Party being lost or disorganized, voters are telling a different story. Special elections across the country show Democrats winning in state houses, mayoral races, and congressional seats, and overperforming in districts Trump won handily. Recent polling data from Atlas Intel, one of the most accurate pollsters of the last cycle, shows Democrats leading the House generic ballot at 51% compared to 42% for Republicans. President Obama enjoys a +10 net favorability, AOC +4 net favorability, Donald Trump net favorability at just +1, and J.D. Vance, one of Trump's loudest defenders, has a staggering -14 net favorability. The data is clear. Americans aren't buying Trump's chaotic messaging anymore. They're gravitating toward politicians who speak directly, offer solutions, and treat voters like adults. While the world is grappling with war, climate change, and economic instability, Donald Trump was recently photographed golfing with pro athletes discussing who drives the ball the furthest. It echoes the legend of Nero playing the fiddle as Rome burned. This isn't leadership, it's abandonment. We are watching in real time as Trump spirals deeper into fantasy and delusion, dragging the Republican Party and the country with him. And yet, for the first time, Americans seem ready to face the truth. Trump is not well. His ideas are dangerous, his policies hurt everyday people, and his leadership puts the entire world at risk. It's time to close the loop. We can't just point out his madness and move on. We must connect it to how it affects jobs, healthcare, international stability, and the very soul of democracy. Trump is not the solution, he's the warning. And the country is finally listening. Thanks for watching.